Amid the California wildfires, firefighters spotted Guy Fieri, and noticing his actions, sought his assistance. He had never seen a fire spread so rapidly. When he noticed a new cloud of white smoke, he recognized it was coming from their own camp and decided to head back to rest. The air was thick with the scent of lighter fluid and charcoal, prompting him to realize that he needed to call for help. California was facing a series of wildfires that were ravaging entire communities and forcing residents to evacuate their homes. Reports indicated that these flames were among the most destructive in the state's history. Officers and firefighters were unaware that an unexpected figure would soon arrive on the scene. The everyday heroes battling the blazes had a challenging task ahead of them. After enduring 24-hour shifts, they found moments to relax and recuperate in camps situated near the massive fires. One day, they spotted a figure disappearing into the trees as he moved purposefully across the site. Brave police officers, firefighters, and volunteers tirelessly worked to extinguish the flames. Suddenly, they heard smoke rising from the woods within their campground again. The firefighters quickly realized something was amiss, as this fire had just been ignited. What had allowed it to survive the fire breaks? 72,500 homes remained in the line of the fire as dangerous clouds of hot embers poured down. Since the campground was the only location for the valiant firefighters to take a break between shifts, firefighter Stuart Chavez couldn't risk it being destroyed. Chavez started following the smoke coming from the new fire inside the campground right away. Then he inhaled a scent that caused his arms to stand on end. Chavez noticed the usual bitter smell of charcoal and lighter fluid as he got closer to the white smoke in the campground. But there was also something more behind the smoke that frightened him. Arson is one of the things that scares firefighters the most. Did someone intentionally start fresh fires while they were feverishly attempting to extinguish the flames? Why could he smell fuel for a fire after 20,000 acres had already been burned by the flames? Chavez began to question whether arson was the true cause of the fires. He was all too aware that human activity was the leading source of wildfires in the United States. Even when the purpose was not illegal, there was now proof that someone was starting fires in the firefighters' campground. Chavez ran toward the fresh smoke, hungry for justice. He came to a clearing with crowds of refugees huddled around the rising smoke. They clutched their most valuable possessions. Dogs and children were exhausted and coated in soot. Everyone was shell-shocked and stood in disbelief. A lady in rags clutched his shoulder as he pushed past them and whispered, "It's Guy Fieri." Chavez didn't understand. He was aware that Guy Fieri had also fled the flames and that his restaurant in town had been closed. He now understood why he could smell the searing flesh as he approached, pushing past the crowds into the dazzling white smoke that enveloped him. It was Guy Fieri standing in the camp, tending to his BBQ. Who started the fresh fire? The air was heavy with the aroma of smoked pig belly. As it turned out, Guy Fieri had heard of the hero's extraordinary fortitude and valor on a daily basis. He was not trained to battle flames, but he felt he could utilize his gift effectively. The officers who came forward were amazed at this man's generosity. He raced into the fire to aid people in need rather than fleeing from it. Evacuees in the region were temporarily housed at the camp where officials had set up, and Fieri understood how to make them happy. The sheriffs of Butte County were very appreciative when they witnessed what this amazing chef was doing. All of the men and women who were working to protect and save Californians from these dangerous flames were ecstatic. They posted a photo with the following comment on Twitter: "Guy Fieri surprised everyone by coming to Butte College's police enforcement staging area to serve supper. Guy, you have our sincere gratitude for sating our hunger and cheering us up." Guy cooked food at home, including savory items like pulled pork. Many people's spirits were lifted by this gesture of goodwill after a long, depressing day. He became a real hero with this deed, demonstrating to everyone what a wonderful guy he is. The cops had no idea that this would be their last encounter with Guy Fieri. It was not the first time this amazing man had saved the day. He made sure evacuees had enough food back in 2017 when more deadly fires broke out in Santa Rosa, California. Together with another chef, he pitched a tent and started serving hundreds of people. "I'm simply here cooking. I'm not trying to promote anything. People are being fed by this. I'm here to help when people need it," Fieri remarked. That's it. In addition, Fieri and other regional chefs collaborated with Operation BBQ Relief, a nonprofit that aims to offer friendship, hope, and compassion to people impacted by natural disasters across the United States. The organization was carrying out its first ever relief mission in California and had previously provided food to thousands of victims of Hurricanes Irma and Harvey earlier that year. The joy they provided to so many individuals is too much to describe. Everyone's spirits were raised by Fieri's 2017 efforts, and he did it again in 2018. Officers and crews sat around laughing, eating, and taking photographs with one another. There was still a lot of work to do. Unfortunately, after days of unrelenting effort to contain the flames, they continued to grow. The fire was 80% suppressed by November 21, 2018, although 20% remained dangerous. It appeared that firefighters and police officers would not be returning to their families for Christmas after working non-stop for over 2 weeks. Fortunately, Flavortown's mayor, Guy Fieri, came up with another brilliant solution. Since he couldn't imagine that so many people would be spending Thanksgiving away from home, he had the wonderful idea to bring Thanksgiving to them. Jose Andres and Guy Fieri, two well-known food television celebrities, did precisely that. Fieri returned to the campfire on November 22, and together with a number of other chefs, set up his world central kitchen tent, cooking hundreds of Thanksgiving dinners for the victims of the terrible fire in Northern California. A total of 150,000 dinners were expected to be served. As news of their incredible efforts spread, volunteers eagerly stepped up to help. Guy Fieri and Jose Andres organized a Thanksgiving feast with nearly 800 volunteers. In a video posted on Twitter Thursday morning, Andres remarked, "The least we can do today on Thanksgiving is come together to show the people what they deserve, love and support, one plate of food at a time." Later, Fieri shared a photo on Twitter to express his gratitude to the dedicated police officers and firefighters who had battled the flames for weeks. He took the opportunity to pose for pictures with representatives from the Auburn Police Department, the Sacramento Police Department, and the Butte County Sheriff's Office while cooking and preparing meals. "God is cooking pulled pork dinner for everyone this evening," the Auburn Police Department captioned a photo they shared on Twitter. Fieri also thanked everyone for their contributions, saying, "I appreciate your time, help, and delicious meal." In Butte County, Guy Fieri kept everyone informed by posting updates on his Instagram page. He shared a picture of the fires with the caption, "In today's turbulent world, it's incredible to see our firefighters, military, law enforcement, and first responders come together to rescue our communities devastated by fire. You get to your feet, confront it, and pursue it. You never give up." He told Refinery 29 what a remarkable achievement it was. When the camp's residents learned what was happening, they were pleasantly surprised and still in disbelief that Guy Fieri had prepared and served such a massive meal, astonishing the hardworking firefighters and law enforcement officers. "We are off and cooking at 5:00 a.m., going for 7,000 pounds of turkey on 6 smokers," Fieri tweeted to share his preparations. As he began his day at 5:00 a.m. on Thursday, he had no idea that these extraordinarily brave men and women would soon reveal their true greatness to the cook. People began to gather, not just to eat, but to lend a hand as word spread that Fieri would be preparing and serving Thanksgiving dinner to everyone in need. Officials even entered the camp, surprising everyone by grabbing aprons instead of plates. While he wasn't the only one, Major General Beavers joined in providing food for the men on the grounds. When cops, firefighters, and military personnel recognized what was occurring, they went to work. Fieri was unable to control his feelings. He never would have thought that they would do it. "I assumed they were there to savor the cuisine. Instead, we got cow fire," the famous chef said. "No, they're in there serving for Thanksgiving." Fieri assumed that the increasing number of workers coming to the camp was because they were hungry, but they were there to assist. Therefore, he was completely mistaken. The Thanksgiving feast at the camp was attended by thousands of people, and it would not have been possible without Guy Fieri. They all shared pain and resiliency. Even though the majority of those who joined were total strangers, everyone expressed gratitude. "I'm alive," explained Paradise High School teacher Virginia Parton. "Every one of my students survived and is still alive, and I think there is hope." The fire was slowly extinguished, but unfortunately, many people remained missing. More than 27,000 individuals had been forced into shelters due to the devastating fires. Nevertheless, Guy Fieri provided everyone with something to be truly grateful for during those few hours on Thanksgiving. He instilled in them courage and hope to fight, serve, defend, and never give up. What do you think of Fieri's action? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you like this story. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.